able to get the dryer down here. We're gonna switch it out and see if we can get a new one.
We got a new gas dryer, got rid of the GE, it's gone. We now have a Samsung, which I think our other one is a LG or a Samsung, but I think they're the same company. And Charlie's out right now, he's right there.
Charlie.
Oh,
Charlie, you little pistol. Come here. Get back in the truck.
So anyway, these are stackable because we're going to put these in the apartment when we get to that point. But I hope we will not have the same issue that we do with the GEs. I hope just changing the brand helps out because the last one was an LG and I think they're the same. So let's strap this down, get back up to the property. What is going on? Welcome back to another video, guys. We are in St. George right now, picking up the dryer, the new dryer, and Larry, good old Larry, asked us to pick up. He has a dryer that was getting worked on up here too. So we're grabbing that, and then we're headed back up to the mountain, and hopefully this new dryer works out. Come along.
Oh, happy golden hour. It is so pretty. It takes us so long to go in and out of town.
No, we left like 11. We left like kind of late today.
But like going back, I mean, the sun's already going down.
Yeah, we're headed up to the property right now. We're watching the sunset, just kind of set on these peak cliffs in front of us. It's so pretty. And thankfully the road, the mud road it's kind of frozen still. So we're not making a mess, at least right now. It's 30 degrees. Hopefully it gets colder as we go up. So I think we'll be good. We got the dryer in the back of the truck.
Yes, all the errands have been ran, and
we dropped the other dryer off that we picked up for Larry at his house. And now we're just gonna go home, and I've got the word that we're getting drywall for the cabin tomorrow. So I don't know if we'll be able to work on it tomorrow, but maybe the next day. I'm excited to start closing up all them walls and get it all looking like the new, ready, refreshed cabin that it is. I can't wait to see what it looks like when all the walls are closed in.
So let's get back up to the property.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Good morning, welcome to another day up here at the homestead. We got the dryer up here yesterday. Got it in the back of the truck right here. Super windy outside. I have the propane conversion kit right here. I'm gonna convert this thing over to propane and get it connected in there. A bunch of people were commenting about gas and propane, and a lot of people were commenting about this is wrong, or this is wrong, or this is wrong. And based on our research, we're hoping that it's just the brand name, like something was up, just the inverter didn't like, or the appliance didn't like the energy that the inverter was giving it. So our dryer that we used to have was an LG. This is a Samsung, which is the same thing. Our washer is a LG, so it works fine. And the other dryer that we had worked for months and months and months. Anyway, also a lot of other comments were saying that they've never heard of a 110 volt dryer. And I don't know why you have it, because that's a thing. Like if it's a gas dryer, it's gonna be 110 most likely, because you're not using electricity as a heating element. You're just using electricity to run the motor and a couple sensors and that type of thing. Hopefully this works. If not, then I really honestly don't know. Like I've tried using a different outlet, so that's not it. The outlet is dedicated for that dryer, so it should be fine. Anyway, let's swap this thing over to propane, and holy cow, it's windy outside. Swap it over to propane and get it in there, hook it up, and see if all of our problems are fixed. I got this front cover off. Let me back this up a little bit. There we go. Sitting over here on the ground, and here it is. It's super easy. This is the burning orifice right here. That's like a little sensor on the thing of it right here. And I don't know, let me see if I can get it back in here, but right, this thing right here has to be changed. It's just like a jet that puts amount of fuel in it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but so I'm gonna take that out, put a new one in. New one's right here. Boom. It's just the hole's different, and it allows, just because natural gas to LP it's like a different consistency or something. I don't really know, but whatever. Swap that out, and then I'm gonna look around and see if there's like a switch, because these directions don't really say if there's like a switch to LP and NG like the other one. Look around in there and see if there's anything, and then button this thing back up. All right, so I got them out. Here, I'm just setting them up so I can show you guys. Hang on, check it out. This is natural gas, and that is propane. So this one's going in. This is the one I just took out. So anyway, let's put this one in, and then let's be able to find the little switch or whatever just to convert it from NP to NG. It's not only just the jet that you have to change. So if you look right here, LP N for natural gas. So literally you just unscrew this and twist this thing over to LP. I don't really know what that does, to be honest. Like, I don't see how it would even do anything. Whatever, it's switched over. All right, let's put this back together. All right, that was the hardware stereo today. I got this little cap right here so that the way I plumbed it, because I'm not a plumber and I didn't know what I was doing, I did, but whatever. I wasn't able to put the heater on in here without having this plugged into the dryer or have a cap on it. So I put this cap on here so that we could turn on this heater to keep everything warm in here. So I just turned it all off. Now I'm gonna take this off, plug it into here, put up the vent, plug this bad boy in, and fingers crossed that our problems are solved.
Yes, please. Goodness, Karen, you little love bug.
It's like a little, she's like a little parrot.
She is.
All right, let's put some pipe dope on this thing.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain. Beauty in the Monday.
Is that her again?
Yeah, I took her off with you, but
I feel like
she just loves you so much.
I feel like we've done this process like 4 or 5 times and recorded every one of them. So it's like a rerun right here.
Yeah.
But I feel like everyone comments and asks about our dryer. That's why we're doing it.
Exactly. Karen, you cute little cuddly girl.
No, put them claws away. I just don't know what you can do right now, bud. Okay, right there, stop. Here, we need to tighten this up a little bit. Like down here, like this. There you go, now twist it, and then pull it up over that way. Take it all the way over there, pull it off. Okay, now bring it back over and then turn it, there you go. All right, now pull it off. Bring it back over, do it again. Oh yeah, is it tight?
Way tight.
All right. Heck yeah, dude. All right, let me just double check it's tight. Oh, that was good, bud. It was tight. You're strong, dude. There it is, you got it. All right, propane's back on. I'm gonna light this thing back up, get the heat going in here. So, just so everyone knows, I have an outlet tester on here. Everything is good. That means these 2 orange lights right here means it's hooked up 100% correct. Now, we can try to turn this on. You ready? You want to turn it on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here?
Yep. Well, it's on. Just do a normal load, I guess. Hold to start. You ready?
It's going.
Can you open the last one?
Shake, rattle, and roll. Oh, come on.
No, I think it's just trying to get the weight of stuff. What's FC? All right, well, it doesn't work. It flashes the area code FC, which is something about the frequency, so something about electrical is not working. I'm gonna go jump on the portal page, pretty much the page that runs all of our solar stuff with all the hertzes and frequencies and everything like that, and see if it's set at 60. It should be, everything else works. I'm gonna go make sure it is, see what it says. The only thing I can think of that I haven't done yet is like literally put in a line right here and just have it come over, just be like a temporary line to see if something in the walls is touching. A lot of people's commented on that, and I've tried every outlet in here, so I thought that that would be fine, but I'm just gonna, I know that nothing is wrong with this, so I'm just gonna hook it up and plug it in and turn it on and see if that's the problem, because I'm out of options right now. So I have this temporary 12-2 Romex, attach that right there, plugged into the outlet, or the dryer, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna flip it on. Should be good to go. And then we're gonna turn it on and see what happens. Same thing. FC. All right, we're gonna power down. I gotta call tech support again. I have no idea. Good morning. We are in the truck right now. We have some exciting things going on up here. We are actually going down to the cabin. It's early. The family's in the trailer right there. They are doing schoolwork and making breakfast and all that stuff. I'm running down to the cabin right now because we are getting drywall, which is exciting because that's just one step closer to finishing this cabin and moving on to our project, which I'm super excited about. We're gonna go meet Kurt down there. He's gonna be there to help me unload it and all that stuff so that we can get it all inside, start putting it up. And I think we're getting the doors today too, so that we can put the doors in and then the drywall and make that place look like something completely different. On another note, the dryer did not work. I talked to a different tech guy and he was saying that sometimes they like washers and dryers are notorious for having problems with solar and inverters and all that stuff. So we might be SOL. There is like a cheat to put like a capacitor inside the wall, like hardwired in or just plugged into that same outlet. So it'll like level out the frequency or something. I don't know. It seemed kind of like shady, or not shady, but like you're hot wiring something, you know what I mean? And he's like, I can't tell you to do this. You can, you know? So I don't know if we're gonna do that or not. I might try it, just see if it works, go from there. Right now, it is what it is, and that's what we're gonna have to deal with. We can still plug it into the generator and it'll work. So we're just gonna go with that for now and just move on to other things. Keep pressing forward. So let's go to the cabin, get this drywall. Let's rock. We got about 50 sheets of drywall, 1/2 inch, all loaded up inside the cabin. We're getting the doors tomorrow, and then we can just keep moving. Like I was saying, headed back up to the property right now before it starts thawing out and then it gets to be a muddy mess. But it is beautiful out today. The sun's just creeping over everything. The ground's white. You can see the trees, the crispy ground when you're driving. I love it. I'm hungry. We're gonna go get some breakfast and see what the day brings us. Let's go. Back up at the property after getting all the drywall settled. Yesterday when we were in town, I picked up some stuff for the build of the Jeep. Let me show you what I got. Got some jack stands because I don't know where mine are. Some new blades, wiper blades, a filter because there's not one in there. I don't know if I've shown you this, but this thing did not come with the air filter. For some reason, they have this intake thing, no air filter. Picked up just like a universal air filter that I can put right there. And yeah, just trying to do little things here and there. And I think I hear someone coming right now. And I think he's bringing up the lift right now. I'm gonna put these wiper blades on, fill the power steering fluid up. And then I was looking under this thing yesterday, the day before, and I think there might be a radiator hose that's leaking. So I'm gonna dive into that a little bit too. I don't know if I'm gonna do that today because it is freezing out here. This thing's torn apart. I got the dash out, the gauge cluster, the speedometer, tachometer, and the gas gauge itself does not work. I took it off, I cleaned all the contacts, tried to put it back on, or plugged it back in, still didn't work. So I was able to find one on eBay, which is your best friend if you're trying to restore an old vehicle like this, for like next to nothing. So there's one coming right now. Should be here in a couple days, and I can plug that in and hopefully it makes everything else work. If you guys have any experience with XJs, Jeep Cherokees, whatever, and have any ideas or thoughts on why that stuff would not be working, please let me know, because I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, looking on forums and Googling everything and doing what I can just to make it work. It'd be nice to have a gas gauge that functions so I know what's going on with that. I don't like not knowing how much gas I have. Special delivery! Oh yeah. The lift is here. I get like a weird pulsing thing on the camera. I don't know if you guys see that or not, from these LED lights. Just got my rough country lift. I'm excited, all the stuff. I got the winch in, the lift kit that's going in. Yeah. All right, I got the air filter on there, fits good. It's a little wobbly. I might have to put like a brace or something on it. Way better than before. I was just down underneath the truck or the Jeep, and think that's oil. I think the oil pan seal is leaking. Actually, I know it is. All around the oil pan is like oil. Looks like I'm gonna have to take that out. I think I am gonna jack it up right now, put it on jack stands, and just kind of take the front tires off and just get it ready to put on this lift. The Jeep is on jack stands in the front. I took the front wheels off and now ready to start disassembling it and putting the lift on. I did find out that the Jeep was kind of pulled forward a little bit, so I backed it up as far as I could go so I could still shut the door, and it wouldn't start. And I'm like, what is going on? So a little bit of troubleshooting. Starter's going bad. It's bad. I hit it with a hammer a few times and then it cranked over. So the relay's good. I checked all the stuff on that. We gotta swap out the starter. Cool thing about these Jeeps is they're so cheap to get parts for. I think a Jeep's like, a starter's like 50 bucks, 60 bucks, and they have them in town already. They already called. Anyway, let me know if you guys like the content of me working on the Jeep. I really am enjoying it, and I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like when it's done. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys like it. If so, then I'll keep showing more. Hopefully you guys do. This next video, we're gonna be doing some drywall and probably put in some doors up in the cabin, and as well as work on this Jeep. Anyway, that's gonna be the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys liked it. It was a little different than normal. Give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and we will see you guys in a few days.
This is it, life's not infinite. It's the only chance we get, so why are we waiting?